really are some quite incredible people out there, aren't there? So, today marks the reopening of some private schools in the country. All teachers are also expected to return to class. Our reporter Tshegohaco Moagi is checking out the state of readiness of private schools, and she is at one in Pretoria. What is it that you found there? Are they ready? Are they keen? Are they excited?
Well, good morning, Jane. Yes, I'm very ready at this particular school that we're at here in Pretoria. They are ready to get schooling underway. We've already seen the protocols that are in place. Of course, those COVID-19 protocols that are in place. Learners are being sanitized. Their temperatures are also being checked prior to them entering the school premises. And Jane, just to mention that it is definitely some private schools that are opening, because you would remember that the ones that follow the curriculum or the calendar of the public schools, they are only opening on the 15th together with all other public schools. But today, really, the independent schools saying that they are ready. And to give us details about their readiness, I'm joined by Confidence Dikgole from eNCA. Confidence, thank you so much for your time. So let's just talk the issue of readiness. It must be quite exciting to actually have your schools back on track and back open.
Thank you very much, Sokho. Yes, indeed, it's very exciting this morning. As you can see, the school we are at this morning, learners are ready. The school is actually more than ready. We've done the best we could do in terms of preparing our schools for the reopening. And we must remember that schools should have opened, some of them on the 12th or the 13th or the 18th, so they were ready then. So right now, they're actually more than ready. As you say, the protocols are there, temperatures are taken, and everything seems to be in place here at the school, so schools are ready.
And what communique have you given to your schools concerning the reopening, especially now with this particular second wave? Yes, the numbers are declining, but what communique have you also given them with this regard?
Look, we sent out a memo to all our member schools, all our associations as eNCA, indicating that now that we are in the middle of the second wave, we need to actually be even more stringent in terms of our processes than we were before. So schools have really undertook to make sure that learners are safe, and that staff is also safe, and that they do have all the PPEs in place and everything that needs to be in place. So from that front, we do believe that schools are really ready for schooling this morning. And as you said, some of the independent schools are not opening today. They will open. There are those that follow the public school calendar, which will then open on the 15th of February when public schools do open.
Now, we did see last week that protest by COSAS outside one of the independent schools in Roodepoort, where they were really just calling for all independent schools to open on the 15th. What is your response to what they had to say then?
So I must say that was very unfortunate what we saw happening there, because firstly, they went to a school that had only the ECD section opened. And that ECD section was opened in line with law, in line with a directive from the Department of Social Development. So there was nothing unlawful with what the school was doing that morning. But I think there was acknowledgement thereafter that in fact that was uncalled for, because the school, the primary and the senior school was part of the school was closed. So it was really the ECD that was open. Today we're seeing all the grades, all the phases coming back. And so we do not anticipate that there would be any challenges in that regard, because, as I say, there's nothing unlawful that these schools are doing by reopening today.
Of course, because according to the gazette that was sent out by the department, private schools are able to open today.
Absolutely. The gazette, the direction that was issued on the 15th of January was very clear that independent schools would need to take a 2-week break and then come back. So independent schools have actually respected the 2-week break, and hence they are back today on the 1st of February, because their 2-week was then counted from the day of the pronouncement by the Deputy Minister of Basic Education. So, and I think that's the most important part to emphasize to the public, that actually there's nothing unlawful that independent schools are doing by reopening today or on any other date after today.
Confidence, are there any concerns about the curriculum and how that will be affected because of that 2-week break that independent schools had to take?
Look, we would like to believe as eNCA that part of the teaching and learning will not be affected that much, because as soon as schools went on the 2-week break, they immediately switched on to online offering, online instruction. So teaching and learning has been happening through the various platforms that schools have in place to ensure that learners do get their teaching and learning. So from that front, we would like to believe that schools have been able to keep up with curriculum. Our our worry was with schools all having to open on the 15th of February, because that would have meant a 4-week break for schools, for independent schools that were supposed to have opened on the 18th of January. So now the 2-week break actually worked in our favor, because then it meant it was a 2-week break and not a 4-week break. Public schools are also getting a 2-week break. They were supposed to open on the 27th, they're opening on the 15th. So it's a 2-week break on both sides. So as I say, it's been teaching and learning has been continuing through online instruction.
All right. Thank you so much, Confidence Dikgole from NAISA, just giving us details and really just the excitement about private schools being able to open today. Jane?
All right, Tshegohaco, thank you very much for that.